Oh, that's another thing from cartoons. All these evil people from like Spider-Man and Superman, they were all doctors. Villains.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was Dr. Evil's, like, what was the origin of him? Was that from a Bond movie? Because most of the Austin Powers stuff is from James Bond stuff, isn't it?
Well, in Dr. Evil, they went to some school for heroes and...
No, I mean, I know the Evil Academy or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I'm saying the character Dr. Evil, was that based off a legitimate movie character?
Yes, the guy from Blofeld from Spectre.
Spectre?
Yeah, from James Bond.
I'm not familiar with that work. I've only seen like 5 James Bond movies. My favorite James Bond is Roger Moore. That's how uneducated I am on...
Live and Let Die was, when I saw that was the cat's meow.
Was that Roger Moore?
Yeah. That was his first movie in the Bond.
But most people say it's Sean Connery, right?
He was very good. I saw Roger Moore in Live and Let Die. That was such a classic movie.
What was the one after that? Because I don't think that's the one I saw. Maybe it's the one I saw.
The Spy Who Loved Me?
That was it. With Sheena Easton as the...
I thought that was...
Oh, shit, you're right.
I don't think that was...
Sheena Easton. I'll look that up. Hey, why don't we play the intro music while I look that up?
Do. Oh, you want me to actually put it in there? I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to sing.
You're the producer, man.
I am the producer.
Spy Who Loved Me. That's not Helen Reddy.
Is that Nobody Does It Better?
Yes. Who the fuck is that? This is pretty good podcasting here.
Does it better? Hopefully edit some of this out, which we never do.
No, I swear to God. I want to, no one can look it up.
So we're going to sit here for 40 minutes of silence.
That's what it takes. Some people could use a little. Just turn us on and listen to us breathe and curse at ourselves.
Roberta Flack.
Not Carly Simon.
Oh, it might have been Carly Simon.
I know Carly Simon pretty well. It's not Carly Simon.
How do you know her so well? He's going to look it up.
It might be Carly Simon. What's it called?
Nobody Does It Better.
Maybe so. I'm surprised it doesn't.
And I
here's talking.
Who is the
Nate Dogg?
The love interest was, I believe, Ringo Starr's wife now.
God damn.
But I can't think of her name either.
Carly Simon! Ha ha! I feel pretty good about that. Ha ha! Okay, why don't you introduce the podcast, Mark? My lungs are tired from winning. Over here.
I thought I said Carly Simon.
I said it isn't Carly Simon. Oh,
and I said it is.
Is that like the tip drill?
That's right.
I tipped it over to you? All right, well.
The tip. This is TheAscertainers. Welcome to our podcast. We are a music podcast that rarely talks about music, which we just did.
Unless it's Carly Simon, a heavy hitter like CS.
But I'm Mark, and my partner over here is Jim, who's going to say something now that I just cut him off.
Salutations. Are we being filmed right now, to your best of your knowledge?
I think so. I don't know.
What happened on the last episode that you filmed?
Oh, the last episode, I forgot to turn the mic on.
No big deal.
Again.
It's a multimedia experience. What you do is you listen on your phone and then you watch on your computer or something.
How I ended up being an IT guy?
This is, what it'll be like? It'll be like The Wizard of Oz and Dark Side of the Moon, where you got to sync it up just right.
Oh, that's awesome. You've never done that, though.
Actually, what you should do is do the video of the podcast and just put Dark Side on and see how it goes.
Or I could just
way
do
better if you did it that
our
way.
intro song on a loop.
I think we could probably get a long version.
Oh, we probably could.
It would only cost us
could I write lyrics for it?
Pizza.
I could be the Bernie Taupin of this podcast.
Nobody does it better. My name's Mark. I'm trapped in a basement. Too.
Don't steal my lyrics. Come on.
All right. I'm sorry. Mark, I'm sorry. So anyway, here we are. We're the Ascertainers. We're going to reset that just for gigs.
Yeah,
and we typically on Friday nights will record about 45 minutes of just hot fire for y'all. And we have a couple things that are mainstays on the program. And we have, I didn't do my other two bands, but I'll do those when you're doing yours. And then we also sometimes have a topic that would go in with, and sometimes we don't have a topic at all. And we recently implemented the catch-all. We're like the Walenda brothers, or who are the guys that walked on a tightrope?
Walenda.
The Walendas. But we've got a safety net. The safety net is the grab bag. It's the podcast version of the pole vault pit.
And hopefully I have the camera facing a little bit up, because Jim is so excited about this grab bag thing that I think it would be...
It's aptly named the grab bag, because that's what I'm doing right now.
My goodness, he is so excited.
It must be humid out, because the grab bag is... It's not like January, I'll tell you that.
So the last episode...
It's all over the place.
We pulled a topic, and Jim...
Of course, we pulled the topic. Until it stopped. Until it went away. Yes,
And Jim had nothing. So I had to carry the whole topic, and he's like over going, this is a great idea. Well, it'd be a greater idea if you actually participated in your own. Okay.
I feel like a teapot right now. It's starting to get a little, starting to hiss a little bit.
You're more like the itsy bitsy spider. You'll just keep climbing up. You'll get rained upon. Climb up again and say, you know what? I'll make it. I'll make Mark understand how good I am.
I will bite Mark in a sensitive area, and it'll get all swollen and infected. All right. So this one's going pretty well so far. We're 2 minutes in. I'm already tired of it. We don't have an errors and omissions. We have our Newts to talk about.
Yeah.
Our signature sponsor. And we're going to throw another sponsor in right after Newts. Well, we'll go a little later for the other sponsor. But Newts, number one in our hearts, number one in the Ascertainers. Deep, soon-to-be deep stable of supporters. But they were there from the beginning, and hopefully they'll be there at the end. I don't know if that's a good thing to say.
Yeah, because the end could be tomorrow. So
if you keep giving me your bacon, the end is going to come sooner than it should. Mark always gets some. Mark don't eat meat, and we haven't talked about that in a while. Mark is a Presbyterian, which means he only eats fish. What is it called again? Pterodactyl?
God, no.
Episcopalian. Episcopalian. Or is
pescatarian.
That's not it. That's the birthstone for June, I think. A pescatarian. What does a pescatarian eat, Mark? I'll tell you what they don't eat. Bacon. But what are you allowed to eat?
I eat anything but chicken, pork, or beef.
But you eat fish.
Fish, dairy,
eggs.
Am I boring you again?
It's that time of night. I had an early call. I work for a living.
I know it, but
I work hard for the money, so you better treat me right.
Who sings that?
Pointer Sisters?
I have no idea.
I think it's the Pointer Sisters.
I think you're right.
All right, we'll just say I'm right. The people that are listening are like, no!
And they'll email us
at
TheAscertainers@gmail.com if we're wrong.
I don't think they will.
I
think if we said, what if we threatened to just stop the podcast? If one person emails and just, all you have to do is just put unsubscribe and we'll just stop doing it.
If we stop doing it,
we'll do it for a week.
We'll get our first email that says thank you. Isn't that sad?
Yeah. But then, you know what we'll do? Reunion tour. We'll rebrand it. We'll be the Ascertainers. And a little accent. You put an accent and an umlaut over the And no, Año. What do you call that thing with the little?
I don't know, but quit doing that with your finger.
No, it looks like. Oh yeah. No, it's like looks like a noodle over the end, and it
I
goes.
feel like I'm getting hypnotized.
Yo. So we'll figure it out. Well, the Ascertain years
will be worse than Kiss on a farewell tour. They'll do their fifth farewell tour.
Last time I went to New York, there were so many Kiss T-shirts on the plane because they were playing in New York on this one of those farewell tours, and the Kiss Army is alive and well.
But it's funny that you said
hold on.
one of the farewell tours.
What I meant to say, they are alive but not well. They're quite they're quite unhealthy. They're you don't see a lot of
blue hair.
You don't see a lot of fit people in a Culver's or in a Kiss T-shirt.
No.
Fun fact: they probably don't even make medium. They just go. They just start at XL and move up from there.
XL is a medium. And that's right. Yeah,
the Kiss. It's like standard, metric, and Kiss. Dimitri Martin has a very fun comment about that, but of course I don't do those things anymore. So look up Dimitri Martin and sizes, and you will thank me later. You can thank me at TheAscertainers@gmail.com.
Yes, or text us on any of the podcast platforms. And we're on YouTube, so if you want to listen to us there,
our audio version is on YouTube. This could be the first version that is audio and video. But Mark has no idea if we're on.
I have no idea.
Is it plugged in? I mean, the battery's probably going to die. Why is it facing the other way?
I don't know.
It's probably because I know why. The camera probably saw my chins and said, I'm not up for that. That's a deal breaker.
You have a glass chin.
A glass jaw. I have a rubber chin. I have several chins. That's really what the problem is. And now I'm screwed. At this point, if I lost a bunch of weight, I would just have like bingo wings under my chin. It would look like a bat wing.
Get one of those RF things.
What now?
RF skin tightener.
What's RF stand for?
Radio frequency.
Okay.
I have no idea how it works, but
let's do it.
You put some lotion on, and then you put this thing up there, and I don't know, it's supposed to tighten the skin.
What do you use?
I just use Brill cream everywhere. Head to toe.
So Brill cream was the original mousse for guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you didn't shower as often.
Oh, is that what you had
back earlier, so your hair got greasy. So instead of you just put Brill cream in, so it always looked greasy.
Complement the grease,
right?
Don't fight it.
Even after you took a shower, you put Brill cream in, so you don't know when the last time you took a shower.
You just gotta smell the balls. That's what I do anyway. Anyhow,
why does it always go there with you, Jim?
I try to run
Why?
I try to run a clean machine, my friend.
Did you finish the Newt promo?
Oh no! Why do you always bring up the Newt's promo when I'm talking about ball sacks or something like that?
Just to get you off of.
Don't phrasing. I like Newt's. Newt's doesn't like me anymore. But no, they're the original sponsor. And if you haven't been to Newt's in Apple Valley, Minnesota yet, you should go. You should totally go. You should tell the Ascertainers sent you. You should try any one of their, I think they have like 27 burgers and sandwiches and fish products. Mark gets the Beyond Burger or the fish because he's a Presbyterian, doesn't eat meat. And
pescatarian.
Yeah.
Pescatarian.
Pest.
Pesk.
Pest.
Pesk.
Pesk. Water. Oh, no. We don't do that, Mark. You're not mad at him. You're just pointing at him. So, go to Newt's.
I can't even think of her name. I think of Helen Reddy, but it wasn't. It was Helen Keller.
Rosa Parks.
Stop.
That's from Clerks too. The guy confused Rosa Parks with Anne Frank.
But I was thinking of Helen Keller, not
Helen Reddy. Helen Reddy, underrated. She had some good songs.
She did.
Was she a person who would wear slacks instead of a dress, kind of if you know what I'm talking about?
She came across like that, yeah.
I don't think she was. I think she, like, there was Martin Navratilova, that male tennis player.
No.
That's Jim Rome. Jim Rome would call him. Martin, what a gentleman. And then he also
call me Chris Everett again.
Remember he almost got his ass kicked, or did get his ass kicked by Jim Everett?
Yeah.
He goes, I don't think you'll call me that. And he goes, oh, I think I will. Jim Rome, I listened to him religiously for quite a while when he was on regular radio. He was, and then there was this other guy on really late at night. God, was it like Pharrell? He was just his voice was like this. And he was pretty funny. Anyway, it's good music podcast.
Stephen Avery is like the Jim Rome of now.
Stephen A. Smith, you mean?
Yes,
yeah.
I do. Thank you.
The one thing Rome had is he had the jungle. Like, that was he had a following that they were in the jungle. And I think that's pretty brilliant if you're like in that line of work or whatever. So we have a couple of guys. What do we call that? A pair?
A couple of guys.
Well, if we get a trio, we'll have really jumped up the ratings.
We've made it.
Do you know how many downloads we have right now? Well, you do, because
2118.
Yeah, that's what it was this morning when I checked.
No, I don't know.
I check it on the hour, really. Nah, I don't. But I got a text from a new, like, family member of sorts that lives in Connecticut saying, "Hey, did you get a download did you get a listen from Connecticut?" I go, "No." I said, the closest we got was this town in New York and Massachusetts and Newark. And he goes, it was probably the New York one. It was probably us.
Huh.
But
maybe it was YouTube, because they have their own analytics.
It was like 2 days ago. When did you have YouTube up?
Last night.
Yeah, it was.
I was up all night doing it.
You were up all night? Like getting Hunter a drink or what? I heard. I don't know if that was on this episode, but your son had
And my son actually did the whole
that.
thing. As I was watching the Timberwolves get killed. Sad.
Well, as a Minnesota sports fan, you knew it was coming.
I know it, but it's still disappointing. But the Professional Women's Hockey League won. I don't even know what the cup's called in that league.
I can't. I'm going to guess, but I don't think that'd be a good idea.
They are the first champions of the
PWL.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that means. I think it's the sanitary cup. Isn't it?
Oh, I was trying to give him a compliment. You just... No.
Oh, that's second place. They just got a ribbon or a napkin or something.
That's
to our female listener,
I'm afraid I might have to.
I never had sisters. I get a little squeamish around this kind of stuff. So
do I have to edit some of
I'm just assuming that's how it all works.
Oh.
You don't have to edit nothing.
Oh, my goodness.
Again, well, you send your complaint emails to TheAscertainers@gmail.com. There, I didn't burp. Since I was so rude, I just burped away from the microphone.
Can we do the radio game to get us out of this?
Yeah, here's the only problem. Okay.
I'm going to list my last four while you're doing this.
Okay.
The radio game is Jim and I list four songs. Two are legacy, more mainstream, and two are less well-known bands. We did an episode earlier tonight, so we're doing another episode. So we're adding one of each, one legacy and one lesser known.
I just did two bands. They're both pretty.
I had a topic or theme.
Oh yeah. What's your theme? Oh yeah, it was like the birds and the bees.
Yes.
Well,
see? It was
epidemiology. No. Endodontistry. What is it? What was it again?
It was
not epidermis.
No, that makes me itch.
Epididymis? I think you get that if you're sitting in a car too long. But no, Etymology, I think, is what we said.
Okay, my first bands
Great
were
coffee cakes.
Eagles, the Beatles, Iron Butterfly, and Steppenwolf.
Yes.
Do your 4.
My first 4 were REO Speedwagon, Pat Benatar, Alice Cooper, and Tony Carey, because it's the first day of summer for little kids that just got out of school.
And then I'm going to go with the Animals and Def Leppard.
Son of a bitch. I had Def Leppard too. This is good. We'll both get it. We'll both win.
Well, there was only one Def Leppard. Well, you said Def Leppard 2. So I thought there was only one.
Hold on. That's me slapping my knee. That's a knee slapper, Mark.
Thank you.
That's a gut buster.
I got one.
When I bust a gut, it makes a difference in the world. The sea levels change. I went with Billy Squier, your favorite, and Def Leppard. So, okay, now that we do... So
okay, you can have Def Leppard.
Oh, you're going to pick a different...
I'll go with Scorpions.
This is brilliant. Because you're still going to take credit for Def Leppard, as you should.
Scorpions still fall into my...
Yeah, you're like insects now. You've got almost the entire food chain. Oh, we don't trust each other, so we split the
I
headphones.
am doing it by myself.
Oh, the hell you are. I'm going to go right here. And if we split it much further... Yes! Yes! I win!
Wow.
Lonely is the night! Oh, woo!
Can we...
That's first ballot, too. Second episode. Oh, there's an asterisk, but it's a little... It's the smallest asterisk you can get. I think I like that as a win. So overdue. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank all the little people that I will no longer talk to that got me here. Billy Squier, loved you in that one video with the leotard. Saw you live. And you know who warmed up Billy Squier when I saw him live?
Who was that?
Def Leppard. Boom.
So I did win.
Oh, I can't believe my ears.
I turned it off.
Oh, you bastard.
He's reliving it.
Uh-oh. It's getting fuzzy. Oh, no, it was just warming up. Guitar solo.
I'm turning it off.
All right.
I've never seen Jim so happy.
God, I've never been so happy. That's why.
And it's great that you won. In the era of steroids, you have made it with the little asterisk. You are the Mark McGuire of the podcast.
I think I'm the Buddy Biancalana. I'm the Greg Gagne. More like Greg Gagme. Am I right, ladies? Anyway. So, actually, that one kind of grew on me a little bit. Well, I said a mouthful.
We can't get off of it.
Let's see how far we can go.
Let's stop.
Let's see how far we can take this.
Oh.
All right. Totally redeemed myself.
Yeah. Congratulations, Jim. I know it was bothering you. It took a year and a half.
See, my shoulder's all better. I can put it over my head now. Oh, thank you, Billy Square. Dr. Square.
It's almost like he won a round of golf. Okay, we have
That's routine. This is special.
We're about halfway through the podcast after we done the stupid radio game.
Oh, I kind of want to do it again, so I go in twice. that would really be another first. All right. Yes, you had a topic, didn't you?
I did. I had famous cars during the
Bush administration.
Yeah.
I think they were famous cars that are on TV and movies.
Yeah.
Movies and TV.
But more vintage. And you can't bring up Kit from...
Like you just did.
Yeah, but
Was that Night Ranger?
We can't talk about
Was that Night Ranger?
We can't talk about it. We can't talk about it. No, I'm
It's
just
so funny
kidding.
how we don't talk anymore. Who's sang it? You know this one.
I don't.
Cliff Richard.
Ah.
Okay. Would you like to kick us off?
Well, it came up because I had my car in getting the rear end done, phrasing, at Apple Valley Car Clinic.
That's our second. They don't know it yet, but we're going to sponsor them, and Mark's going to get like the better spark plugs next time he goes in.
I have a 73 Grand Am, and it's tough to find people to work on older cars like that, because once you bring them into the shop and start working on them,
something else goes wrong.
Yeah. They're in there forever, and the people at the maintenance place are going, we got to get this thing out of here. It's just taking up space. But anyways, they're nice enough to work on every old car that I've brought to them. So
I've known Doug since, for 20 years. And he's just a great guy, great family. His son's kind of helping him run the business. His wife works the books. And I cannot say enough about having a mechanic that you trust and that you know is going to be honest with you. Like you go in to get something that you know is broke. You know, it's like, oh yeah, it's fucking steering wrong, or I'm hearing a clunk or whatever. He'll fix that, and then he'll basically say, yeah, we gave it a look over, and here's what, you can start thinking about this next repair because you drive a used car, you cheap bastard. That's what he says to me. I don't think he would say that to you. I mean, you who's listening to both of you that are listening to the podcast right now. But no, I appreciate that. It's like, yeah, so for example, if I know another repair's coming up that's like catastrophic, I can start looking at, finding alternate means or something. And yeah, I think Doug's always treated me very fair. I did get an opportunity to golf with Doug at a Apple Valley Chamber golf event once. Whew. Yes. On a hot day, that man can hydrate. I won't say anything. I mean, I'm not saying what he drank, but he can put down a lot of Gatorades.
It was funny because I said, you know Jim, because he's a friend of mine. But he goes, yeah, I know him. I got to golf with him one time.
No way.
Yeah, he remembers that. So you must have
funny.
You must have done something memorable during that golf.
I think both of us had our moments that day.
He said, yeah, he's a funny guy.
Well, there you go. Must be the same guy. So, yeah. So anyway, so you're by the way, a 1973 Grand Am isn't like the kind of Grand Ams in the 80s. It's kind of it's almost a kind of a Le Mans-y looking, would you say?
Well, it's off the Le Mans body of that early 70s.
There you go.
The Monte Carlo, the Grand Prix were all the same body style.
I was surprised where it was parked. When you picked it up, was it parked right by the driveway?
Yes.
I'm thinking all you need is some guy with no brakes to... Oh!
But they're very nice. They always brought it in and parked it inside at night.
Oh, that's very nice.
So
yeah.
they never left it outside.
Huh. Most of my cars got kept outside. He worked on the van that I'm trying to sell. By the way, if you need a van, if you don't mind driving far from schools and parks on your way to anything, you can buy this van that I'm trying to sell. But yeah, when I bought it, it was like the gas tank was just hanging on by a thread. So first thing was a new gas tank and gas tank straps, and then some reason that like the neck of the fill tube and the gas tank didn't quite jive, and I go to put gas in and it's like, well, I think it's supposed to go in the tank, not on the ground. So anyway, Justin was like, when I had him print the service records off so I could tell the new guy who bought my car all the shit I've done to it. I go, I'm selling the green van. He goes, good. So anyway, but Apple Valley Car Clinic, go check them out. They're right on Cedar and about wherever, kind of by Highway 42, just north of that.
And the all GM car show is this weekend. Well, you're not going to hear this till a week later.
GM is like General Motors, I hope.
General Motors at
okay.
the State Fair. And there's a all Ford car show at the Apple Valley Ford. Same weekend. So next year, don't miss either one.
Because this year you did. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But that came up with a topic of famous cars in television and movies that we could talk about. Jim goes, I don't have anything for this. And I said, I bet you do. You could come up with a kit. I was thinking, that's just a Trans Am, crappy Trans Am with lights on it. Love Bug. Because I thought, other than the old one, he would jump to the Lindsay Lohan one because he'd probably watch that one over and over again.
Never saw it either. I might have saw Herbie in the Love Bug, or was just Herbie the Love Bug?
Herbie, yeah.
Who was the actor in that one?
Dean. But I can't. Dean something.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Classic Disney cast, probably.
Yeah, he did a lot of Disney movies.
He was no Michael Vincent.
Oh, I love Jan.
Do you remember that? You remember that? Oh, I don't like the way you said that.
Oh.
That's a guy, by the way. You know that, right? He was in The World's Greatest Athlete, and he was marvelous. I was a confused young man when I watched that.
I thought the world's greatest athlete was Kurt Russell.
Shit. You might be right. But you're not. Kurt Russell was the coach in Miracle. You're getting him confused.
No, Kurt Russell started off in Disney.
Okay. Hey, sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do to catch a break. When he said he started off in Disney, what are we talking about specifically here?
I don't want to say.
Okay, we're talking about Herbie and the Love Bug. It was Dean. I think
Jones.
it was Dean Jones. Was in a lot of Disney movies, wasn't he?
He was.
Okay. Well, that's
with Jan Michael Vincent.
Why don't you look up Jan Michael Vincent while I tell you about the General Lee?
Oh, that
was as much of a character as the other idiots on that show, and just as racist because he had the didn't have the flag on the top of the roof. Or
Confederate flag.
Yeah, it was on the roof, or was it on the
It
hood?
was on the roof.
Okay, yeah. The old General Lee.
Do you know how many cars they went through filming that?
How many General Lees?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm guessing a few because it crashed every freaking episode.
They did jumps, and they went through like 25 of those General Lees.
How about them apples? Boy, Mark, you know a lot about cars. You chew a lot of gum out there. What kind? You still don't get that reference, do you?
No, it's from the baseball movie.
I thought it was from a commercial. Hey, Jim, you chew a lot of gum out there. What kind? I forget what kind I said. So
good reference.
This is good radio. All right, so I'm looking up
Starsky and Hutch.
That's a car. Didn't have a name though, like the General Lee.
No, but it was the 75.
It's probably the
Gran
best
Torino
car that doesn't have a name on the list so far.
I mean, that stupid stripe, but everyone loved it. I thought it was an awesome car.
What did you think of the movie Starsky and Hutch?
I loved it.
I did too. It's a really good movie. It's got, I mean, seriously, but nobody says, "Oh yeah, that's a great one." But when Ben Stiller's doing coke, unknowingly doing coke, that's pretty funny. Here, do something. Am I up?
Well, I had Dukes of Hazzards on mine. You could go with the Back to the Future, the DeLorean DMC-12.
Ooh, that's a very good one.
Yeah. I don't know where to go with that.
I'm looking up filmology.
But if you were doing a Firebird instead of Kit, I would have went with Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am with Burt Reynolds. Same car, but different years.
Kit. Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, they were both.
World's Greatest Athlete, Nanu, was Jan Michael Vincent.
Really?
Why would Wikipedia lie? You see that?
I do.
Oh, I know. And I didn't know his name was Nanu.
Oh, the one with Kurt Russell was the computer who wore tennis shoes.
Okay.
Do you remember that movie? Ever heard of it?
Do you know that in 1978 he was in a movie called Hooper, and his name was Delmore Shidsky?
That is a great movie.
Are you
Hooper with Burt Reynolds.
Really?
Yeah.
Hooper? He was the guy on Jaws. He was in that too. Wow. Richard Dreyfuss, my favorite actor. God,
and Terry Bradshaw's first movie. He was in Hooper.
All right. So, all right, you talked about all vehicles. I'm going to go with the fucking Starship Enterprise. You said famous cars, right?
Yeah.
It's a space car.
I thought you were going to come up with the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or something.
Oh, is that the name of the movie? I'm familiar with that's another one for the grab bag.
Shitty Shitty Bang Bang.
No,
remember as a kid you always said.
No, we used a different
Titty Titty.
Titty Titty Gang Bang. Mom, are you listening?
Wow, Rochester was rough.
Rochester was a breeze, man. Rochester used to be a really, 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 really great place to live, but now I hear it's a little rough, as they say. So I went with that. Okay, should I do a real car? The Partridge Family bus. You brought it up at dinner.
Oh, yeah.
As a joke, but
well, you
kind of
mentioned
signature thing.
Another bus was mentioned. Oh, Speed. And I said,
Chris is like, oh, cars? How about the Keto? What did she call it? Keto or something? Keto?
I think she said Keno, like the game.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's all a game to her. But, yeah. Like, yeah, great car, hon. But anyway.
So I said, oh, there's another bus, the Partridge Family, which would be miserable to go cross country in a school bus. I don't care how it's painted.
Oh, when the bus isn't full, you're good to go. But when you got to sit two to a seat, or you have to sit. Remember, did you ever ride on a bus on the way home from a track meet and the old hammy started getting tight? You're like, you feel like Houdini trying to get out of a fucking straitjacket because it's like, if I don't stand up, oh, hell's about to break loose.
Who was the promoter
of
the Partridge Family?
Reuben Kincaid.
Kincaid, yeah.
Reuben. Played by...
I think your wife had a Reuben sandwich tonight.
She did have a Reuben sandwich.
Look at full circle.
Comes around, yeah. Karma. Amy will know this reference. Yeah, I'm doing my fingers. Hey, coming around. So anyway.
Reuben Kincaid.
Kincaid, and I think his name... Oh, no, it wasn't. I was going to say it was Jack Cassidy, but that's not... Wasn't Jack Cassidy somewhere in there as some character?
No, but he was a bit actor in last episode. He was in Columbo quite a bit.
He was great though, because he was kind of a shitbag, but he was, he held the band together. You could tell he had kind of a sordid life compared to the Reuben Kincaid. Yeah.
Oh,
compared to the Lily White Partridge Family thing they had going on.
Yeah, he was a miserable guy, single. I think they showed his apartment one time, and it was like nothing there. It was just like, poor guy.
I wonder if I should rewatch. That was one of my favorite shows, honestly, growing up. That and the Brady Bunch.
Danny Bonaducci.
Bass player.
Susan
Day.
David Cassidy.
Shirley Jones, and
the rest. Like I'm Gilligan's and the rest.
No, there was a kid named Chris. There was the rest are here. Okay, cars. How about that boat on Gilligan's Island? Hey, nope. You're up.
The SS Minnow? Oh, I was going to bring up the James Bond Aston Martin DB5. 1962 from...
Mark is literally nipping out through his shirt.
Goldfinger.
He's so excited. Hey, gold member.
It's just an awesome car. And they brought it back for the new episodes with Craig. James, what is that?
Daniel Craig.
I
think it meant Craig from down the street. I'm like, fucking, he's in those movies. Are we getting Craig on or not? Does he listen?
I don't think so, but okay. I'll get him on. Craig is another guy that I'll go to a car show with. We go to the Back to the 50s every year.
Craig is probably one of the more interesting guys I know.
And he used to be on my curling.
You don't curl with him anymore?
Well, he had to back out because of work reasons. He got promoted.
He's doing about 19 different things all the time.
And unfortunately, his promotion, it took him away from... being able to curl every weekend. But
I think he took a pay cut just to make sure he didn't have to be in town on the weekends to have to go curling.
Hey, we went to the league championships.
We will, so you didn't win. Usually when people win it,
went to the league.
Usually when people win it, they go, we won the league championship.
He wins a radio game one time, and now he's like,
I'm a winner.
I am the GOAT of podcasts.
Hey. Lonely is the night. Dun-dun-dun-dun. So, the coolest thing I know about Craig, this is a little tease for the next, when Craig comes on in an episode or two.
I don't know for sure, but I'm going to talk to him.
We'll shame him with this story. So, he had bought this really kick-ass, super old, what year is that car he's got?
34 Ford.
A 34 Ford, and it needed a whole bunch of, body work and paint work and stuff. So, he took a class at the local community college. And as part of the class, he had full access to their shop. in the garage, and he did a whole bunch of shit for the price of a couple of night courses. That's genius.
He's done everything himself on that car.
Yeah.
In just his garage or the school's garage. It's an awesome car. He did all the sheet metal work and painting, and it's all great.
And he's stuck with that car for a long, long time.
Well, it was his father's car.
I didn't know that.
So that's why
we're talking the orange one with no door handles and all that kind of
Right.
cool shit. I mean, that thing's got character.
Him and his father started it, so
Oh, okay.
it's not going to be something he'll ever probably get rid of.
Did you know that his kid and my kid got together for
I did know
a
that.
drink out in New York City? That makes my little heart warm. That's pretty damn cool. Because you can always talk yourself out of it and everything. And yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is.
So anyway, we got a little bit of time left. Should we, just for the hell of it, grab one out of the grab bag just to give people a taste?
No,
because we started the timer late.
Yeah, add about 6 minutes to that.
All right, so trying to think if there's any other cars that are that significant.
You would come up with some, like the Munsters.
Well, oh yeah,
The Monkeys.
The Munsters car. The Monkeys had a dune buggy, didn't they?
No, they had a Pontiac GTO.
Really?
That was redone by, was that Charles? I was thinking Barris that did all the cars.
Chuck Barris?
It was close to that.
From the Gong Show?
No, it wasn't that, but
talking about underappreciated TV shows, the Gong Show was amazing. Let's see. I would have said Christine, the Stephen King car.
Yes, the Fury.
It was a star of a movie.
1957 Fury, I think.
Feels like 57 or 58. 220, 221, whatever it takes. Total Mr. Mom reference. Mark's looking something up, so he can't quite grasp.
I'm looking Barris. It is George Barris.
Oh, George Barris. Oh, yeah. Was his
father of...
You know what his middle initial was? No. Well, his middle name was Mark, so it was George M. Barris. It's a fact.
You're so childish.
He also got to start in Disney. Well, I don't think I can come up with any more gold than that.
I am just going to wave the white flag and try to get out of it. Oh,
God, you can't say that in this political environment. They'll get shot.
You can never, if someone's surrendering, you can't shoot them.
Oh, that's what they used to say.
Ah.
Now it's a thing. All right, well, thanks for listening. Let's do the Minnesota goodbye. But not. Give us a topic, or else we'll keep doing this kind of crap.
How do they give us a topic?
They would do a lot of things. One, they could just show up at Newt's on a Friday night and just scream, "Are the Ascertainers here?" And then we'll take your idea in person.
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be fun? So anyway, that could happen. And otherwise, if you don't want to meet us and see how hideous we are, you could just email us. Do you have email? I hope you do. If you don't, let me give me the Newt's address. I'll send it to you on my computer. But anyway, you go to it's called the THE. Maybe we have to spell it. TheAscertainers at gmail.com. That's TheAscertainers at gmail.com.
Wow. This is a Minnesota goodbye right there.
This is like trying to figure out how, if our listeners just don't make it to the end of maybe they just don't make it to the end of the episode. We got to start with the address because I think we're the only ones that get to the end. So, by the way, if you made it to the end, Mark's going to swear because it's like a real treat. Here, I'll do it for him. Darn. There. You.
Oh, good grief.
You wiseacre. Anyway, thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Good night.